Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of dividing decimals. This is standard 5.3G in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 5 of the 2018 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a math problem, and they tell you right away it's going to be division, just simply because of the way it's set up right there. They're asking for the quotient, so that's simply the answer to a division problem. But even if you didn't know what a quotient was, you're probably going to be able to figure that out. So let me rewrite this over here, make it a little bit larger. As cute as that is, I cannot write that small. So we're going to divide 78 into 4 and 68 hundredths. So here's the tricky part. We have a decimal in the dividend. Now if we were to have a decimal in the divisor, like 7.8, we'd have to move the decimal to the left or the right to make it a whole number and match that in the dividend. But 78 is a whole number. So all we need to do when we are dividing with decimals is take your decimal and match it straight up on your quotient bar. So just move it straight up, and now we can just get rid of it. We can just pretend like it's not there because it's going to be in our answer. So let's look at it as 78 divided into 468. Now this is probably what the test developers were trying to trick you with, was there's going to be a whole lot of zeros in here because this is a huge divisor. 78 is a very large two-digit number. So we need to be looking at, well, what does 78 go into? Does 78 go into 4? No, it doesn't. But now that we know that 78 does not go into 4, we need to make sure, let's go ahead and follow all of it, because what we do is we'll kind of short circuit it and we'll miss a 0. So 78 does not go into 4, so we will put that 0 because we always want to something in front of the decimal in the ones place, even if it's a 0. So let's just go ahead and put that multiply, subtract, just like we were taught. We only bring down one digit at a time. Does 78 go into 46? No, it's not even close. So we're going to multiply, and we're going to have 46 and bring down the 8. Now you might be thinking, well, that didn't do us much good. Actually, it did, because take a look. We have 1, 2 zeros and a decimal. So we know our answer is going to be in the hundredths place. Now take a look at our 4 choices here. By process of elimination, we know that there's only one possible choice left. It looks like it's going to be that C, that 600th. So when I'm trying to figure out 78 times what makes 468, let's just try 6. Let's see what that does. I'm not sure about you. I haven't memorized my 78 multiplication facts, so I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. That's going to be 8, 48. That is going to be 42. Add that 4 back in, it's 46. So we are good there. So that is 468. And so our answer is going to be that C. Now, what if we didn't have this? We didn't have any of these answer choices over here, and we just had to figure out how many times 78 goes into 468. Well, that's where it probably would have been helpful to do a little bit of estimation. So a few different ways we could have done that. We could have taken our 78, probably would have been easier to round that up to 80. And then maybe what we could have done is we could have multiplied it and just done some 80 times 1, 80 times 2, and we know how to multiply it by multiples of 10, 100, or 1,000. We just take the whole numbers, multiply those, and add the zeros at the end. So 2 times 8 is 16, and 80 times 2 is going to be 160, so that's going to be 24 with a 0. And we could have extended this down, and that's going to be 32 with a 0. 80 times 5 is going to be 40 with a 0. And there would have been your 80 times 6. That would have been 48. That would have got us close. And our answer is C.